gonna be too long on this bitch, but let me strike this bitch up for my little nigga school. Cause he the main reason Nino gotta do what he do. Nothing less, I don't write your stress, I don't like the flex. I want that ice around my neck, till my OG sit in bed. My nigga check, handle business, smash the bitch. She gave me big before I ever passed the ditch. That's another story, let's get back to facts, bitch. It's your boy Nino McConico, and you rockin' with Legends on the Rise.
So, Nino McConico.
Yeah.
Tell me how you got that name. Explain to where that name came from.
I got the Nino from my OG, my aunt. When I was growing up, everybody knew him. He was the man, you know what I'm saying? So I wanted to emulate that. I wanted to be the man. He was doing his thing. Everybody called him Nino. So I just flipped from like 3 different names. I was Fido, Rocky, Lil Rocky, and Lil Juvie, Young Juvie. And I just settled on Nino. But it's like 1,000 people named Nino, you know what I'm saying? So I had to add the McConico on there. That's the last name, family name. Just threw that on there. Make it sound complete, make it full. You know, I like that first name, last name type thing, so went with Nino McConico.
Where you from?
From the east side of Birmingham, but I graduated from Homewood, so I feel like it's, you know, you gotta claim Homewood a little bit. They did a little something for me, so I throw Homewood in the mix.
Yeah. So, how was like your childhood growing up there? How was
At Homewood,
Yeah.
diverse, man. It's like, it wasn't just black folks, you know what I'm saying, white folks. We had Indian, we had Mexicans, we had Asians. It was everything else. So it was like real world. It was like a college, you know what I'm saying? Middle school, high school, I was in college already, from the teaching and how they went about that to the folks, you know what I'm saying? So I feel like it opened my mind up to know like it's a lot that can be done, you know what I'm saying? You ain't just limited to certain options. So it was a good experience for the most part. You know, it wasn't rough. We got into it with the law all the time, but, you know, little black kids running around having fun, the law they gonna fuck with you. They gonna fuck
the
with you.
skin color? They gonna mess with you anyway.
Off the top.
So, what would you say was like a main challenge for you growing up? Like, what was the main thing that was challenging for you as your childhood?
Probably, like, being in the house with just my mama. Like, she did all she could, you know what I'm saying, sacrifices, put food on the table, just really let us do what we, you know, let us have fun. She wasn't too strict, but I think it got to a point to where I wanted to do what I wanted to do, you know what I'm saying? It's like once you hit like 9th grade as a man, you gotta a man gotta really put you in your place. A woman can't really do that. She don't know what you going through, what you fighting. So that was probably the most challenging thing, keeping the women off me, but you know, that's still a challenge, so.
Are you an only child?
No, I got a brother and a sister, you know what I'm saying? It was just, well, I got 2 brothers and 2 sisters, but my brother and my sister, on my mama's side, like, my sister is the only one. Me and her got the same mama, same daddy. Then my brother, we got the same mama, different daddy. Then my 2 younger siblings, we got the same daddy, different mama. So I grew up with my brother and my sister, my older brother and sister in the house, but I'm the middle child of them. But then for my daddy children, it's 2 younger than us, so it's like I was the old kid.
Gotcha.
But, yeah, nice little size family.
Right. So when did you get introduced to music? Where did that come into your life?
As long as I can remember. I used to be in the car mumble rapping, like, just didn't know no words, but I had cadences, you know what I'm saying? So I just used and then I started singing. My grandma, my granny that passed away, she had me singing. And like, just early on in church, it wasn't no option. So I got introduced to the singing side that way. But I ain't started rapping till like 6th grade, just bored in class, like, let me just write something down. And I formed like 10 groups in 3-4 years, just trying to do something. Just kept going. I rapped for my brother. I was in 9th grade, he was in 12th grade. I rapped for him. He like, bro, this 5. So I'm 9th grade, he 12th grade. I'm like, damn, this nigga think this shit good for real. Like, I might need to do this for real. And just kept going.
Yeah. So what age did you first like record and actually hear yourself rapping, like at the studio or at home?
15, 16. And my cousin bought a little computer mic and a little program, and we was in there all night trying to figure out how to make it work. Just like, bro, what we gotta do? Like, recorded a song and just thought we was on top of the world, you know, to hear yourself. It was so trash. Like, I wish I still had it, 'cause it was super trash, but it was fun though, you know what I'm saying? And it was always fun. So once I heard it, I was like, I'm finna go, you know what I'm saying? I'm finna just go with it.
Yeah. You remember your first song you recorded? The first one?
Yeah. I actually got that one, like, where we had recorded over, what that was? I want to say it was Nuck If You Book or something. It was a crime or something. I can't remember it. But, like, the actual freestyle that I felt like solidified me, I remember that, like, for real. Like, I went crazy on that. 17 going crazy in that bit.
So what makes you stay with it? Since you started, like what happened within you to make you stick with it, to make you feel like, you know what I'm saying, that's your calling?
Just the passion behind it, you know what I'm saying? Like, I felt like I can't let it go. You know, you ever try to let something go, like you got a female, you like, man, I love her, but I need to let her go. Y'all have y'all breaks, but she just always come back to you. That's how it's been with me. Like, I took a big hiatus, you know what I'm saying, from when I did it, but it was just, when I sat down and I just thought about, you know, my life without music, I couldn't see it. So it just, that passion, that connection, like, it made me feel good for people to can feel how I'm feeling, you know what I'm saying? Like, they can relate to what I'm saying. It ain't just some force, because I don't fabricate nothing. So if you feel what I'm saying, then I feel like, you know what I'm saying, it's just genuine, because I ain't telling you something that I heard or something that I saw. This is what I done been through in one fashion or another, and just being able to know that I'm probably helping somebody through a hard time, helping somebody through a happy time, helping somebody get crunk, you know, whatever the case may be, like, that keep me going, because I'm talented enough to do it. It's not a lot of people that can just make music. It ain't easy as it look. You know, as much as folks want to think it's easy, like,
Not music with substance, you know?
nah. Yeah, anybody can get in the studio and just jump around and throw some ad-libs on it, but, you know, if you want to have longevity, you right just gotta put some time and some effort into it. So just knowing that I'm capable of doing that, that keep me going. Like, when I went on a little hiatus, folks just like, every time I went out, I'm just trying to go to the club, just get out. Folks like, man, what the music, what the music, what the music? Like, bro, it's on the way. I said it's on the way probably for like a year and a half. Like, it's on the way, it's on the way, it's on the way. All right, bro, bet. Let me know when you drop. Hearing that so many times, like, how I'm gonna stop? How I'm gonna quit, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna let them down. I can't let them down. I'm gonna let myself down. I can't let me down, so shit. That motivation just every day waking up, you gotta figure it out.
Right. So in a way, it's like people kind of kept you going with it too. Like, even when you feel like you want to quit, you might run into somebody, or somebody might ask you about it to keep you going.
Yeah, and just hearing that, knowing that people looking for it, like, you're not a nobody, you know what I'm saying? You just ain't as big as you want to be, but that's on you. You know, the only person that can stop me is me. That's how I feel at the end of the day. So as long as I keep going, you know, keep myself going, then that's what it's gonna branch out, you know what I'm saying?
Right. So tell me about your creative process when you record. Do you freestyle? Do you write your music? Like, where your beats from? Like, tell me about your creative process.
So I like to write. I like to sit and write. I've kind of gone over the freestyling as I'm getting better with it, and I'm trying to do things quicker, cause and like, songs not that long as they used to be. So it's nothing to put 2 hooks and a verse on a song and then you good. You know what I'm saying? Straight. But I really like to sit and it might take me a week to write a song. You know what I'm saying? But when it come out, it's gonna sound how I want it to sound. Just beat wise, I used to try to link with folks, but I just wasn't getting the type of beats that I wanted. So I just go to BeatStars. It used to be SoundClick, just any platform. I got some go-tos like Lexi Banks, Cash Money AP, Benji. So them people, you know, it's probably other songs that got beats like I got, but, you know, I just don't feel like they sound like mine. And so I just like to go there, get that, and be able to sit with it, and you know what I'm saying. But I've been in the studio with a person, Trend Beats, that like he made Thou on my recent project, and he made different scratch and sent it to me. So it's like I like both sides of it, but I'm like it take me a minute to write. You know what I'm saying? I don't just want to throw whatever is on the top of my mind out. Sometimes it come out good, but I like to sit and I like to meditate with the beat, get a vibe off the beat, get a feel off the beat, and then go from there.
Gotcha. So like on your new project, did those beats come from all one person or they different
Nah,
people?
it's different producers. I probably use like 3, 4 producers on there. So I don't branch out too far because I feel like where my sound is, I can get that sound from a handful of producers. Like I don't have to have 1,000 different producers. I feel like my album would have kind of been all over the place. So I like to focus in. If I like a beat from somebody, I follow them. I go on their page, I check out the rest of their work and see like, is it something that I can deal with? Is it something that I like to, you know what I'm saying, I can rock with? They got 2 or 3 beats on there. I'ma check it daily. I'ma see, and then the songs will just hit me. Like sometimes I like a beat, but I can't get no song vibe off of it. And sometimes a beat don't really hit me like that. It ain't really, you know what I'm saying, just as hard as I feel like it could be or something, but them ideas pumping. So it's like, okay, it's something about it. You know what I'm saying? It's something I can work with. But yeah, all of them came off of BeatStars though.
Gotcha. So like, would you say, I know it's probably different at times, but is it usually beat first, or is it you have something written and then you look for a beat? Or is it like you find a beat and then the ideas come to you from listening to the beat?
Most of the time it's like the beat. I hear the beat and then my mind will get to going. It's a real odd thing about that though. I like good titles on beats too. Like if you got a title of a beat that say like devil and then it's like sweet melodies, like how I
got
can't
you.
even trust you, you know what
I
I'm saying?
got
You ain't
you.
even give me nothing to trust right then. But like if you got a good title and the title match the beat, I'm already in a vibe. You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, I see where I want to take it. Like, it gave me the exact sound that I thought it was going to give me. It gave me the exact vibe that I thought it was going to give me. Like, okay, I can go with this. I can work with this. And then I go from there, you know what I'm saying? Just once the ideas flow, get to flowing, it just get to going.
Gotcha. So, what would you say? If somebody hasn't heard your music, how would you describe it? Like, would you reference it to another artist that's big, like a bigger name, or like how would you describe it to them, like your style of music?
I would probably tell them it's versatile. And if I would have to say an artist, I would say something like a Drake. Like not to say that I'm trying to emulate his sound, but just I feel like you get a lot of different areas. You get like all of life. I can't say I don't really rap about the streets, but I know the streets. I don't really rap about doing drugs, but I know what it's like to do drugs. I don't really rap about just like stuff that I ain't been through, but I've been through a lot. So you might hear something and just be like, I just feel like you can find all type of stuff on there. Like it's not one area that I feel like I would just have to say, well, I'm this type of artist, or I'm that type of artist. I just tell them like, it's a lot of versatile sounds on there. Like you might not like, I got 11 or 12 songs on there. You might not like 12 of them, but that one that you like, you probably gonna be able to relate to it harder, than a typical song that you might hear. So it's just, as an artist, is real creative, real versatile, can do a lot of different things.
Gotcha. So we talked about childhood challenges. So what would you say is like been challenging for you since you started doing music? Has anything like made you feel like you want to quit or challenged you since you've been doing music, or has it been pretty smooth since you started rapping?
It definitely has not been smooth. Like the music business is tough. You know what I'm saying? You deal with a lot of different folks, a lot of different people. I think one of the biggest challenges been just being able to cipher through who for me and who just see a come up. Like some people really in your corner, some people really back you, But how do you differentiate them with other people that's just right there because they think something gonna happen? Like I've had a lot of people that's been right there, like, yeah, bro. And then I really needed them, and it's like, they know where to be found, you know what I'm saying? So it's like just learning that that's what come with this industry, even from promoters, managers, like it's a lot of different areas where people have just been out for self. So I think just fishing through the sharks, you know what I'm saying, knowing who really gonna be in your corner, who really gonna go to war for you, and who just, like if it come down to it, they gonna run, you know what I'm saying? They not finna be there, they not finna help you out in a tough situation. They'll screw you over for money, screw you over for, you know what I'm saying, just clout, just to get into something that they feel like they can do, and then once it run out, it's like, all right, well, they go on to the next thing, you know what I'm saying? That's probably been the biggest thing for me, for real. Everything else has just been self-inflicted, if anything. Just procrastinate on an opportunity, you know what I'm saying? Don't think something as good as it might be. You learn that you have to just go with the flow. Sometimes it's best to just figure out what's gonna be best by doing it. You know, you learn from mistakes, so a little bit of both of those areas, but it definitely ain't been as sweet as you might think it would be.
So what would you say, like, where you are now in your career with music? Like, if somebody came to you that's much younger than you and was just like, you know, what kind of advice would you give them? If they just starting out, like, what kind of advice would you give to somebody that's just getting into it? You know, they might be from Birmingham too. Like, what kind of advice would you tell them?
Find theyself. Figure out what worked for them. Figure out what they feel is their best person. Them, you know, I feel like a lot of young artists, they want to adapt to a sound or go to a sound because that's what's working for somebody else. It might not work for you, you know what I'm saying? Put your head down and go, and you know what I'm saying? And just really connect with as many people as you can, from fans to business personnel, especially DJs, club owners, anybody that, like, if you going out, don't think that I'm going out just to have fun. Think like, I need to network. I need to meet 3-4 people when I go out. And I need to figure out, you know, how to build relationships with them. Money ain't everything. Relationships mean way more than money when it come down to it, you know what I'm saying? A person might charge somebody a X amount of dollars to do something. They might do it with you for free because they know you, because you took the time to, hey, what's up, I'm such and such, this what I do. You at every event, you support. There's different ways to support, you know what I'm saying? But just the biggest thing is find yourself. Once that music sound like you and it don't sound like nobody else, that's the biggest thing to it. Other than that, it's easy after that. You just connect. You know what I'm saying? Build your brand.
Gotcha. So, all right, let's get into your project. It came out recently, Slam. So, tell me, like, where the project came from. Were you making music with the intentions of putting out a project, or were you like create music and was like, all right, it's time for me to put a project and kind of put it together? Like, where did the idea come from for the project?
I had started saying slam. I came up with the acronym, which means say less and maneuver. And I made the acronym, and it was just like really just figuring out, okay, this what I want to brand right now. Like, this what I wanted to be right now. And I went from there to just making songs. I had a bunch of different songs, but none of them was really capturing what I wanted it to capture. So it was like, this ain't it. When the pandemic hit, when they shut everything down in March, I was at the house with my daughter. Just me and my daughter at the house. For a minute, I was just there. You know what I'm saying? Every day we wake up, we chilling. I was just like, man, I gotta do something. You know what I'm saying? I still got this slam bubbling, but I ain't did nothing with it. I just got to making songs, and it's like they just came back to back. So most of what you hear, aside from Thou, most of what you hear was made all together. And I had a purpose. It was like, I want each of these songs to convey a message. I feel like the project I put out before that it didn't really blend like that. It didn't really mesh like that. It wasn't like no cohesive project. It was just like I had a bunch of songs. I wanted to drop some, throw this out there, put a title on it, put a cover on it, and just get the people that. And one of my closest partners, his name, I call him Pee Wee, his name Darren Smith, but one of my close partners, he always critique me. He different from everybody else because he don't just be on no, yeah, this sound good, this sound good. He gonna tell me straight up like, bro, no, this ain't it. So at first I dropped my previous project, he was like, yeah, this hard. About a week later, he was like, bro, I listened to the project again, bro, it ain't really that. I could tell you just threw it together. So it was like with him in the back of my head, I'm like, I gotta make something that's gonna connect with the folks. It gotta have a sound, it gotta have a meaning, it gotta have purpose. And it just all came together, like in due time, but it was definitely collectively put together. Some songs didn't make it, you know what I'm saying? But I just felt like I needed, the people needed to hear it, and it was good music. And it would speak more if I put it out than just talking about what it's gonna do, you know what I'm saying? Say less.
Yeah, that makes sense. And it's got a sound, it's got a character of its own, like the project, because I listened to it. That's why I asked about the beats, because the beats are unique, but like you pick certain beats that go with how you rap.
Yeah.
That's just how they fit. You know what I'm saying? You don't pick a beat that don't fit. And some of your music is slow music, female situation, and some of it is turn up, but they still got the same kind of vibe to them. So that's why I asked that. But so what would you say on the project, what songs are people feeling the most, like from your feedback? Like what songs, top 3?
From my feedback, number 1, definitely Toxic. And then number 2 is Bunny. And then number 3, probably Therapy. Or Therapy or Thou. It's between them two.
I like that Fortune 500. I ain't gonna lie.
I slept on that one. Fortune 500 definitely been getting a lot of feedback too. A lot of feedback. I think that's the most realest one. Like a lot of people been heavy on like the Toxic, but Fortune 500 definitely like everybody like, bro.
I tuned the beat out on that one, and I was just listening to what you was saying. Like I hear the beat, but I'm really listening to the lyrics of the song on that one.
I was preaching on that one.
Yeah.
I definitely and crazy. That's like the last song that I made for like I had some more songs, but I made that song. Like as soon as I heard the beat, I bought it. I was like, yeah, this beat hard, and I made the song and I sent it out to a few people. I always let people check me, like is it good, is it bad, and it got positive reviews like from the jump. It was just like, yeah, bro, like this the one, bro, like this good. Yeah, that. I don't know how I missed that one.
I got you. So I know that project just came out, but what do you want people to check out from you? Like what you got going on right now? Just that project? You got videos out? Like what you working on?
Yeah, I got therapy video shot by Mr. Legend on the Rise himself, Christopher Mosley. And I got a few videos that you just check out just to see, but I definitely want people to check out that therapy video. And I got we cooking some more visuals up, you know what I'm saying? We getting some more visuals prepared for everybody to go through and, you know, see the visuals, see our vision for what we see behind the scenes with the tracks, and go from there.
So you musically, like you pushing that project right now, of course, but are you working on any new music right now, or you just focused on pushing that?
Yeah, I'm trying to balance both. But majority of it is pushing the project, but I'm definitely building something else up for in the next 2 months, 3 months. I want at least another single or another 2-3 songs to come out, you know what I'm saying? But I want to get this time to breathe, you know what I'm saying? I just don't want to throw something else out there right after it and then folks like, damn, like, you know what I'm saying? But you gotta do that too at the same time, so it can't be like a whole year before another project come out, but you just want to give it a little time, get some promo behind it, do some running behind it, and then go from there.
Gotcha. So you mentioned kids, so I know I have trouble doing this too, but like as far as balance, like trying to balance making music, you got a family, like how do you balance that? Like making music and having spend time with your kids and family. Like how you do it?
God, man. God, a lot of patience. You just really gotta find a balance. You know what I'm saying? So I might end up, if my daughter in there with me and I gotta record a song, she just gonna have to be in there with me while I record the song. Like sometimes you just gotta bring them with you. You can't, they not going nowhere. The kids not going nowhere. Sometimes it get tough. Stuff get in the way that you can't avoid. You know what I'm saying? You gotta go somewhere for a birthday, certain appointment. You just want to make sure you spending quality time with them still, and they just not just on your hip doing everything you want to do. But at the same time, you gotta handle your business too. So it's just like any type of sacrifices that need to be made on either end. If I gotta sacrifice music for them on this end, then I gotta reciprocate that at some point. You know what I'm saying? I gotta sacrifice something with them. We might not be able to do everything y'all wanna do. Y'all might have to come with daddy to the studio. Y'all might have to sit in here with daddy and be quiet while I'm recording a song. You know what I'm saying? If I gotta do a video. When we shot Therapy, you know what I'm saying? I had them with me. Just gotta come, you know what I'm saying? And I took them with me all day. They was with me all day. But it's not like to whom much is given, much is required. You know what I'm saying? You can't want to be the man and not be able to take on what the man got to be.
Yeah, gotcha. So tell people where they can find your music, social media, contact info. Like how can they get in touch with you?
So all music, everything, Nino McConico. That's McConico. You can find on Apple Music, you can find on Spotify, you can find on Amazon Music, YouTube, anything, Nino McConico. All social media platforms at Nino_McConico again, McConico.
Gotcha. Appreciate you stopping by today.
I appreciate you, man.